Hey everyone, hey, it's Mike from Destination to Travel, coming to you live today from Disney's Contemporary Resort. As you may have noticed from the incredibly unique shape of the building we saw here. We are out at the front of the resort, starting out as we usually do here at the bus loop for the resort. And we are continuing today our Walt Disney World Resort Hotel Spotlight series, which is coming to an end very soon. It's weird. I feel simultaneously like I've been doing this for such a long time, and also like it ended so quickly. So we only have one more resort to do after this. And if you're not familiar, our Spotlight series here has been getting out to every single Walt Disney World Resort hotel this year. We have done live streams from all of them except this one, the Contemporary, and Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, which we'll get to very soon. But we kick things off on Monday, taking a look at the resort with a brief overview video, and then we take a look at the room types, we take a look at the food that's available at the resort, take a look at whatever makes this resort special, which in this case is the monorail, which I was hoping we would get one going by right now, but I just missed one before we started. Oh, there we go. Look at that, right on cue. One coming and one going. Of course, the monorail famously goes right into Disney's Contemporary Resort. So if you want to hop on board to get over to the Magic Kingdom, which is right across the street. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video here, but look between the trees here. You can kind of see the tips of the castle. But if you want to hop on the monorail, you can do it without leaving your resort, which is incredible and iconic. I mean, that's the one thing everybody knows about Disney's Contemporary Resort. So that is what makes this resort special. And then we culminate each week for our Spotlight series with a live stream from that resort to let you guys see it in real time and ask any questions you might have. So that's what we're here for today. We're going to take a walk around Disney's Contemporary Resort. I see Steven there. Hi, Steven. If you guys are watching and you have any questions, anything specific you want to see, any comments, just anything you think about, what you think about this resort, let me know. If you do want to see your favorite resort, and it's not this one or the Polynesian, Poly, we do have the replays of all of our live streams over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/D2Travel. And if you are watching this replay right now, we'll have all of the videos right here for you. So we'll have a playlist of all of these live streams, so you can go back and check out, find your favorite resort. But let's head inside. So like I said, we start always at the bus loop. So if you were trying to get transportation to one of the other parks, Magic Kingdom, obviously you've got the monorail. You can also walk to Magic Kingdom. It's a very short walk. But you can see you can hop on the buses here to any of the other parks and Disney Springs and Blizzard Beach when it's open. Steven asked, what's my favorite area? I assume you mean of the resort. That's tough. I'm just going to choose a restaurant. My favorite restaurant is Steakhouse 71. That's one of my favorite restaurants anywhere. It is the best burger on Walt Disney World property. And we tested that, actually. We have a video on our YouTube, youtube.com/D2Travel, D the number 2 travel. We have a video where we tested 3 different burgers at 3 different values. And that was the middle tier burger, and I think it's the best burger on property. It's so good. All right, so let's head into the Contemporary to try to show you the welcome mat here. And so what's funny about this resort is most people, when you think of the Contemporary lobby, you think of the 4th floor, actually. That the big A-frame room with the Mary Blair paintings and things like that. That is not the lobby. That's not where you would check in. You would walk in on the 1st floor here and check in to your left. So this is actually the lobby of the Contemporary. Most people just don't even really think about it. But to the right, we've got a Joffrey's Coffee, Contemporary grounds. And then, like I said, around here on the left, this is where you would check in to start your stay here. And then you'll take the escalators up to the second level and then again to the fourth level, which again, the fourth level that's what everybody thinks of as the contemporary lobby. But before we do that, to the left here, we've got Steakhouse 71. Like I said, one of my favorite restaurants anywhere. Really, really delicious food. Great steaks, as you would expect from the name. The best burger, best French onion soup. Lots of really, really good food and lots of really cool vibes too. 71 being the year that not only the Contemporary opened, but that Walt Disney World opens. This is one of the two original resort hotels. And so this is a lot of nostalgia. Classic Walt Disney World here. And also just a beautiful restaurant. Hi. We're just going to peek in a little bit here. They also have a bar in there as well. So if you want to just go sit at the bar, you could do that. Well, we are going to turn back and head up the escalators here to the fourth floor. Well, again, first to the second floor. And then we'll hop on another escalator up to the fourth floor. Now, like I said, Steakhouse 71 is my favorite restaurant. There are 8 dining locations here in this resort, and Steakhouse 71 is not the one, not exactly the crown jewel of dining locations here at Contemporary. That would be California Grill, which we can't unfortunately see because you have to have a reservation to get up there. But this is where you would enter California Grill here on the second floor. You can see the check-in desk here. There are elevators that'll take you specifically to California Grill. And that is the restaurant with the stunning views of Magic Kingdom. It is a great place to go and watch the fireworks. Oh, I got in just in time. It is pouring outside right now. I'll give you a peek out the window here. But California Grill, also really delicious food. I will admit, first time I ate a California Grill was probably about 7 or 8 years ago now. I wasn't all that impressed with the food. I thought it was good. I thought the views were incredible. The restaurant is beautiful. As you can see, the pouring rain out there. Hopefully it stops by the time we want to go outside to see the pool area. But I thought California Grill was really beautiful, but I thought I was a little bit unimpressed with the food. And you can see here, we have an interactive map. But I will say I have gone back since. There's Steakhouse 71. There's California Grill. Open 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And they revamped the menu at California Grill, and it is incredible. Really, really great food on top of the beautiful views. And if you go any time of day, keep your receipt, and then you will be allowed to go back up to the observation desk or a deck to watch the fireworks that night, which again is a really amazing view of the fireworks right on top of the Contemporary. I don't know if I even mentioned that the California Grill is on top of the resort. So again, it gives you a really beautiful view of Magic Kingdom. We're heading up the escalators now to the fourth floor. Like I said, this is the floor that everybody thinks of. You know, when you think of the Contemporary, this is what you think of right here. This is where the monorails enter. This is the giant room atrium here. There goes the monorail right now. Then there's the iconic Mary Blair painting up here on the wall. The monorail going by. Yeah, just this is beautiful. This is classic Disney. This is what you think of when you think of the Contemporary Resort. And there's a lot going on here. So we have 2 gift shops. We're gonna head into the right first. So you can see to the left you got Fantasia, but on my right here you got BVG, which I believe stands for Buena Vista Gifts. Lake Buena Vista being the town where Walt Disney World is located. And we got a nice button-up Contemporary shirt. We got a t-shirt here. Mug, water bottle. You know I love to see the resort-specific merchandise. I really like this ornament. So you got the resort, the outside of it with the monorail peeking out, and then you can see the inside as well. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, it's another great resort. Yeah, I mean, there's like 20 plus here. We got a robe, we got another mug with the monorail. And this store is where you'll find all of the resort-specific merchandise. Fantasia across the way here, which we'll pop into right now, is more so just like the Walt Disney World souvenirs type of shop. You'll find your Disney plushes. You'll find some clothing. They do have Powerline playing right now, which is a big win in my book. I got some Fantasia merch in here too, which I love. Staying on theme. Now, as we come out of Fantasia, we can see the giant windows here. This is where you'll find, during the holiday season, this is where you find the gingerbread house for Contemporary. Oh, I love these neon Mickey lights here outside of BVG. Oh, no, Sharon. Sharon asked, did I miss the Wilderness Lodge tour? Yes, we did that one a couple of weeks ago. But luckily, you can find the replay. It'll still be on our Facebook right now, but you can also find it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/D2Travel. We did get out to Wilderness Lodge. That was the most recent one we did. Pausing right here for a second just to show you guys that entrance right over there. That is where you will find the bridge over to Bay Lake Tower. So if you're staying at Bay Lake, you can walk right over, and which, fantastic for right now, because you can go down to the first floor and walk outside to get over there, but it's pouring out right now. So a nice covered bridge on the 4th floor over to Bay Lake is very convenient. Actually, we're going to circle this way around Fantasia because we got a couple more things over here. You got Fantasia Market, and this is going to be your sort of like convenience store type of thing if you're needing any snacks or anything. There's also some Halloween merch here. You can also get drinks and anything you might have forgotten. So like you'll always find these convenience store type of locations at all of the Disney resorts. Got some frozen food. I know Sharon has been watching these all year long, waiting for Wilderness Lodge. Sorry you missed it. But again, replay is still there. You can go check that out. And again, you'll find like beer and wine
Baba, come here.
in these convenience stores, and then you'll find liquors behind the registers. Now, just past the Fantasia Market, closer to the entrance for the monorail, you're going to find the game room. I have to be careful. I know we have to try to avoid the security checkpoint for the monorail as much as possible, which is very difficult to do. But I'm gonna, if I make any like sudden movements away from it, that's, you understand why. Hi, Patty. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so we're heading into the game station. And it's a pretty big one. I've been impressed with a lot of the arcades across some of the Walt Disney World Resort hotels. Contemporary has a very big one here. Yeah, classics like Skee Ball. You got some Pac-Man, a very different version of Pac-Man. And you got things like Wicked Tuna. Because why not? I do love these giant Pac-Man machines where they have the resort-specific images on them. Let's see if it stops the fireworks. Nope, we're just going to go to Pac-Man right now. They did have a Contemporary logo as we walked in. All right, and then like I said, to the right, this is where you would get on the monorail. And that is right as you come up the escalators. So this is where we came up, right over here. So you make an immediate left and you'll find the monorail entrance. And if you need elevators, they do have them back there past security as well. But going back this way, you've got 3 different dining locations here. Left to right, we've got the Outer Rim. That is a bar and lounge with some really, really good signature cocktails. Definitely recommend it. It's also just a beautiful place to hang out if you're sitting by one of the windows over here, looking out at Bay Lake, which again, as we saw at Wilderness Lodge a couple weeks ago, that is Bay Lake over there, the water in front of Magic Kingdom, where you take the ferry boats. That is Seven Seas Lagoon. So two different bodies of water. They are connected. But I know a lot of people confuse those two bodies of water a lot. We got more Mary Blair art over here. Goes all the way up. Now, the rooms here at Contemporary have recently been renovated and have a lot of, they have an Incredibles theme to most of them at this point. I have not gotten to stay. I've actually never stayed in Contemporary proper. I have stayed in Bay Lake Tower. You can check out a one-bedroom villa, DVC villa, we have on our YouTube channel. We shared that on Facebook just a few days ago. So you can check that out. I do want to stay here in Contemporary and see these new Incredibles rooms. They do look really, really cool. Sharon points out for our next restaurant, we've got Chef Mickey's here. This is a character dining experience. And your basic character dining, fun, energetic Disney restaurant. I actually have never eaten there myself either, but as we've learned from these resort tours, I haven't done a lot of the character dining, so that's not a surprise to anyone. I think Ohana is probably the only one I've done, which is over at the Poly, and that is fantastic. But we can talk more about that in a couple weeks. Right next to that, you got Contempo Cafe. We can pop into Contempo Cafe a little bit here. This is your quick service, grab and go type of option here. You can see some of the menu here. The Contempo Artisanal Burger. The spicy chicken sandwich looks really good. You got some subs, patty melt. Actually a really good menu. Barbecue pork sandwich. You got some flatbreads and things like that. If you pop inside, you can see you got your counter here. You order your food. And then you got your grab and go. Ooh, we got a bacon chive and cheese croissant twist. That sounds really good. And of course you got your desserts and things like that. Let's see, I don't think they have it anymore. I know I was a couple years ago, last year, on Dole Whip Day, which is in June. They had a Dole Whip cupcake here that was really good. You can find your Mickey Premium bars as well. And plenty of seating, or you can take your food to go. That's some more Mary Blair art. Excuse me. So yeah, there you go. 3 dining locations right there, and then we had Steakhouse 71 down on the first floor, California Grill up on the top, and then you got some pool bars and things like that. There are a few different pool areas here at this resort. One obviously for Bay Lake Tower, and then a big one out here, and then there's a snack stand out on the boat docks over there, which we're gonna head out there. I just don't know exactly how well it's gonna go with all that rain, but let's make our way down and we'll see how it goes. But again, I will pause here just for a second just to give you guys the view one more time of the 4th floor here. Because again, this is the iconic room. This is where the monorail goes through. And just what everybody thinks about when you think of the Contemporary Resort here at Walt Disney World. I like the Halloween decor on the windows here at BVG. But we're gonna head back down. This is also a convention resort. There is a big convention center here. So if you have any big events, they might be right here at the Contemporary. You can see Grand Republic Ballroom over here, which sounds like something straight out of Star Wars. You can see the Convention Center, Boardroom, Atlantic Room, Pacific Room, and then the Grand Republic Ballroom. Now here's with the menu, we can get a look, with the interactive map, we can get a look at some of the options here. So Steakhouse, the Outer Rim, the bar we're just gonna have, the sandbars, the snack stand out there. And here's your shopping. And again, we are on the 2nd floor currently. This is where you would get the entrance to California Grill. This is where you would head to a lot of the convention stuff, going that way. The 1st floor is where you would check in, and the 4th floor is where really everything of this resort is. And the third floor in between, by the way, is just like catering. So not a lot to see there. I'm gonna hang out here and try and put my umbrella, get my umbrella up so we can walk around outside a little bit. Probably won't be out here for too long. So live stream here won't last for too much longer because of the weather. But also, I mean, we did cover most of the resort. There's honestly not a ton to see with this resort when you're not actually staying here. It's really more about the convenience and the amenities and two really, really great restaurants. At least two. Chef Mickey's could be up there too if you're a big character dining fan. Bear with me as I get my umbrella out. But again, California Grill, incredible experience and like a quintessential Disney experience with that beautiful view up there. And then Steakhouse 71, I think, just has some of the best food in Walt Disney World at all. So really, really great. And again, the convenience of staying here at Contemporary, as I got my umbrella up so we can continue to walk around here. You've, of course, got the monorail going into the lobby, and then the easiest walk from any hotel to any park, I think. I mean, you could say boardwalk to Epcot, or, you know, I guess Beach Club to Epcot as well. But the walk here is literally just across the street to the Magic Kingdom, so really, really nice and convenient. So this is the main lobby here. This is entrance to the first floor. And then you can see the covered walkway over to Bay Lake Tower. So you would not have to walk outside in the rain like I am right now. Now as you come outside, you'll find some loungers, you'll find giant checkers. Of course, they have all the activities just like the other resorts and movies under the stars. Looks like tonight will be Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Zombies movies, but I guess that makes sense. You got the sandbar out here. Again, that is the snack stand. And here is your pool area. They have a really impressive little splash pad, which obviously doesn't look like much right now when it's not going, but it's a fun little area. I saw it going the other day. It's really nice. And then here is your main pool area. Now, that building just past the pool area, there are rooms and villas outside of the main building as well. So you can see a lot of them just past the pool there. But then here's a look back up at the main building. So depending on your room type, just know that you might not be in the main building of the Contemporary. And again, of course, if you stay at Bay Lake Tower, obviously you'll be in a different building as well. But Sharon says, wow, lots of rain. Sunny here in Jersey. Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous. Although we haven't had a lot of rain lately, so I can't really complain too much. Yep. Steven, I know you're in California, so you don't get rain like this very often either. But a beautiful pool area. I like they have the slide here. This is a fun pool area for kids in a hotel that I think is generally not, I mean, it's hard to say. You know, it's a Walt Disney World hotel. Again, Magic Kingdom is right across the street. But I think the hotel itself is generally not the most popular among kids. You know, there's no I guess there's some characters. You have Chef Mickey's, you have the character dining there. But some of the other resorts have more like kid-friendly themes, whereas Contemporary seems to be a little bit more geared towards adults. But I think the pool area is really fun for kids here. Oh boy, this whole area is really flooded. All right, I'm gonna walk up on the curb because my socks are already getting wet. All right, so again, here's the sandbar. Now, back here, this is where you'll find the boat rental. So there are excursions and things like that you can do from the Contemporary. So you can just rent a boat to kind of cruise around Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake. Again, this is Bay Lake out here. You do the fishing excursions, fireworks cruises, fun things like that. And you'll find got recreation over here, and then I believe the boat rentals to my left. Peek over here. Excuse me. The boat nook right here. Now, it wouldn't be ideal weather today for that, but it is really nice. We actually have done a boat rental from the Contemporary and just kind of cruised around Bay Lake. It was really fun. Here is like the rec center. You can see they got plenty of seating and like games and stuff in there. A little bit crowded in there right now because I think everybody fled the pool area to come inside, get out of the rain. Here's the sandbar. You can see they do have some specialty cocktails. We're going to avoid these puddles again here. Hi, Randy. Yes, you missed all of the inside of the Contemporary. We are now venturing out into the rain, which is not ideal right now. Sorry for the umbrella shots, but only so much I can do. Let's take a brief walk over to Bay Lake Tower. And then we'll probably just wrap up with a nice view looking back up at the Contemporary. And we can't really go anywhere in Bay Lake Tower. I can kind of just peek into the lobby real quick. But if you're not staying there, really not much to see. There is the Top of the World Lounge at the top of Bay Lake Tower. The DVC Lounge, Disney Vacation Club. Whoa, it's getting windy out here too. All right, at least we got a covered walkway for a little bit here. Hi, Jenny. Yeah, luckily, if you missed any of this video, the replays will be available for a little while on Facebook, and they will live on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/D2Travel. So if you missed anything, you want to go back and check it out, you can always do that. It was perfect last week, Randy says. Yeah, we've had really nice weather lately. Unfortunately today, not so much. Luckily with Contemporary, there's not a whole lot of outdoor walking I have to do. Most of it was indoors, so it wasn't too bad. If this was something like one of the All-Star Resorts or Pop Century or something like that, would have been much more outdoors. Oh, Randy says go back up to the Sky Bridge. Yeah, but then I'm up on the 4th floor. And there's not really anything I can see. We're just going to peek into the lobby here. And again, there's not much you can see in Bay Lake Tower anyway. But if you'd like to see one of the rooms, again, we did post on our Facebook a few days ago. We have a video, a room tour of a 1-bedroom villa here in Bay Lake Tower. It did have a theme park view. Unfortunately, that was at a time when the fireworks were not happening back in 2020, so no firework view. They were testing fireworks late that night. And I will say, with being so close in Bay Lake Tower, right over to Magic Kingdom, with the door closed, you didn't hear the fireworks at all. It was really nice. All right, let's see. How can I avoid getting splashed here? All right, here we go. We made it. Bay Lake Tower. Let's peek inside to the lobby here. You can see, I'm going to come this way a little bit. Actually pop outside and get a look at the pool area. So like I said, there is a pool specifically for Bay Lake Tower, which is nice because it's really not that far away from the other pool area. Yeah, Randy says it's a short 6-minute walk to Magic Kingdom. I guess it depends on how fast you walk, but again, Magic Kingdom right across the street. So Bay Lake or Contemporary, I guess it depends on what room you're in Contemporary too. It might be a little bit farther away, but very convenient short walk over to Magic Kingdom. And again, the monorail also right there in your hotel. And here's the pool area for Bay Lake Tower, which I also did not get to use because they were not open and it was November, so not a lot of opportunity for the pool usage. But you got a slide, a couple of slides actually. And then beautiful views out on Bay Lake as well. You got ping pong tables out here, a bunch of loungers, there's giant chests. So all kinds of activities. And yeah, beautiful view up here, looking up at the top of the World Lounge. Yeah, it's a beautiful resort for sure. Gonna head back inside and we'll go back out through the front of the lobby and head back a little bit towards Contemporary to wrap things up here today. Oh yeah, and Randy points out the pool is Mickey shaped. Uh-oh, do I have to? Yep, can't go back in this way. Gotta go around the side. Which means the umbrella has to come back up. That's the downside of touring the resorts when you're not staying. You don't have all the access you would if you were staying here. Oh, I'm glad I had to come back this way because you got bocce ball out here as well. Nice bocce court. Which was one of my favorite things, and it's funny because it's not a game that I would play normally, but it is a fun game. And when I'm presented the opportunity, which is pretty rare, I will take advantage of that. But at Riviera in the courtyard area, it was really nice to have that right down there. I missed the pool bar earlier as well. You have the pool bar right out here. Cove, I believe. Cove bar, yeah. As Randy points out, the renovated rooms in Bay Lake Tower look fabulous. Yeah, I haven't seen it since it was renovated, but I love the theming throughout the Contemporary since renovations happened in the rooms. But I think this is where we're going to wrap things up as we approach the iconic main Contemporary building. It was really cool to get out to, again, one of the two original Walt Disney World Resort hotels. Now, obviously, things are very different now than they were back in 1971, but still the structure, all the history of this hotel remains, which is really, really cool. And of course, it's still one of the coolest technological things just to see the monorail go right through your hotel. So always a fun experience getting out to the Contemporary. So again, this was a continuation of our Walt Disney World Resort, let's start that again. Our Walt Disney World Resort Hotel Spotlight series. All these months, and I have not come up with a snappier name for that. But we have gotten out to almost all of the Walt Disney World Resort hotels now. We're only missing the Polynesian, so we will get out there very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And again, all of the replays of these live streams live over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/D2Travel. Head over there, check out the live streams of your favorite hotels. We also have all of the overview videos of the hotels there, and tons of other content. So if you want to see some stuff from the parks, if you want to check out some ride videos, we just got a full ride through of The Seas with Nemo and Friends over at Epcot, so you can check that out. Oh, there is boat transportation over here. I should have mentioned this earlier. At the docks, you can hop on a boat that'll take you over to the Magic Kingdom, and you can hop on a boat that'll take you over to Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness. So you can kind of share the amenities of those resorts as well. And we do have a video of the boat ride from Contemporary over to Wilderness Lodge. We just put that up on our YouTube channel yesterday, so you can go and check that out as well. And aside from that, of course, if you would like to start planning your next Disney vacation, you can do so by heading over to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com. That's d2travel.com. To get in touch with an amazing Destinations to Travel advisor. They will do all the heavy lifting when it comes to planning your trip, and it will cost you absolutely nothing extra. You do not pay them a dime. They do a lot of amazing work planning your Disney vacation. Just take all the stress off your shoulders. Let them handle all the stressful stuff. All you have to worry about is enjoying your vacation. So one more time, that's d2travel.com or info@d2travel.com if you'd like to send us an email. But that'll do it for us today. Thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you all real soon. Bye.